So after The Last of Us was announced to be an HBO show, an upcoming HBO show, I decided to go back and actually play the game. The first time I'd experienced it was through a Let's Play. I believe I watched PewDiePie play it back in 2013. Might have been Jacksepticeye. I don't remember exactly which one which one was the one I watched. I think I watched both, but I think the first time I watched PewDiePie. And even watching it, it was I loved it. It was great, and but I decided that I wanted to just play through it for myself, and it's been like Jesus, it's been like 7 years since I watched it. So getting to play through it now was still a really incredible experience, and as I was playing through it, I was just kind of I was thinking to myself, I don't really need a TV show for this. Um, and of course, when I say need, we don't need any TV show. Um, we didn't need Game of Thrones for humanity to continue surviving. In fact, after the reception of season 8, without Game of Thrones, we probably would be doing better. But yeah, when I say need, I mean there isn't really any artistic merit, I guess, to really adapting it into a TV show. Like I don't know, when things are being adapted to different mediums, I feel like there should be at least something that new medium can offer that you didn't really have with the previous medium. So for example, like when you're adapting a book into a movie, I feel like that's really understandable, right? Because you might be reading your favorite book and you kind of fantasize like what this might look like realized on the big screen, and so like I get why you would want to adapt a book into a movie. I understand why you want to adapt like comic books into movies, although like comic book movies aren't really adaptations of comic books, like they're completely different things. But even still, like I get wanting to like reading a comic book, and even though there are pictures, like you want to see what it looks like in motion, right? So I kind of get all of that, but when it comes to something like The Last of Us, I don't really see what a movie or a TV show can really offer that the video game doesn't. The Last of Us is already incredibly cinematic. Like it's the writing is incredible. The characters are some of the most likable characters that I've ever witnessed, whether it be video game, TV show, or movie. Like I genuinely cared about these characters. Uh, the motion capture performances were also incredible. The way that the whole thing is directed is very cinematic and well done. So the game looks visually incredible as well. And by the way, I played it on PS Now. I was streaming it to my computer, and like it still looked really good because I think PS Now plays the PS3 version of the game, so it's not even the PS4 remaster. Um, and it still looked really good. So just from any way I kind of look at it, I don't really see what an HBO show can really do to like what I don't see what an HBO show could bring to the table that will provide a better or really, I guess, uh, enhanced experience in any way as opposed to the game. If anything, I feel like experiencing The Last of Us as a TV show is gonna be a detriment as opposed to playing the game. Like some of the best parts of The Last of Us is the gameplay. You know, like actually being able to control Joel as he is uh, as he is trying to get through a horde of clickers. Like that tense gameplay, I don't really see how it's going to be able to be as tense when you're not in control of the character. And even story-wise, I don't see, like, some of some of the best aspects of the storytelling is just kind of walking around and exploring the area, and having the passing dialogue be between Joel and Ellie. And like, you can still do that in a show, but I like walking around and exploring and collecting my supplies, and it feeling just very natural, I guess. Seeing them have these conversations, like it's just one of those things where, like I said before, you can still kind of do that in a show, but sometimes in a show that kind of feels like filler and stuff. And obviously it's all about how it's executed, but there really is something about the gameplay and having that passing dialogue be in gameplay that just feels special, you know. Like, I'm actually much more interested in a video game movie like Uncharted, the Uncharted movie that is supposedly happening at some point with Tom Holland. That has been a movie that has been in movie production hell for years now. Like, I think originally it was supposed to be like Mark Wahlberg or something, and then that fell through, and then now it's supposedly going to be Tom Holland. But the reason why I'm excited for the Tom Holland version of the movie is because it looks like it's not going to really be an adaptation of any of the games. It's just kind of going to be its own thing off to the side. And it's not going to try to, emulate or adapt, I should say, any of the games directly, but it's going to do its own thing. So it's going to be able to just be its own movie. And I feel like that's much more interesting and much more compelling of a concept than a direct adaptation. Because I haven't played any of like the Uncharted games 1, 2, or 3, but I have I'd watched a Let's Play of Uncharted 4, and much like The Last of Us, although not as successfully in my opinion, it is a very cinematic game in nature. So I don't really see what a movie would do to enhance that story, or bring something new to the table that the games don't. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they're just kind of going off and doing their own thing with the movie is why it makes me kind of excited, because apparently it's going to be about Nathan Drake when he's younger, or a kid, I guess, although Tom Holland is getting older by the day, so I don't know how much longer you can really do a kid Nathan Drake with Tom Holland. But yeah, like something like that is much more compelling to me. But it does look like this Last of Us is going to be a pretty direct adaptation of the game. Or this Last of Us show is going to be a pretty direct adaptation of the game. And yeah, like I said before, I don't really... I'm not compelled by it. I'm not especially excited by the game. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not like upset that that this adaptation is being made. Like, I kind of feel the same way about it as I feel about reboots. I don't really care that much. Like, like the worst thing that can happen is that this show comes out and it's bad. But even if that happens, we'll still have the game. The game will still be a masterpiece. The we'll just have a bad show, and the best thing that can happen is that the game comes out and is really good. And if that happens, then we'll have a masterpiece of a game, and I don't know, perhaps a masterpiece of a TV series. So no matter what happens, like, the game will remain unaffected. If anything, it'll lead more people to play the game, like it led me to play the game. So it's just one of those things where, while I'm not especially upset by this game, or by this TV show, I'm not really anticipating it necessarily. I'm also not upset that it's happening because, like I mentioned before, the game is gonna remain incredible no matter what happens. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about this? Do you do you disagree with me? Do you think that there is something that an HBO show could do that is not really possible to do in a video game? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that because I will say there is something to a very tight and controlled narrative that a TV show or a movie can employ. Like in a video game, you have to incorporate gameplay, right? So it's not necessarily this like really tight and controlled viewing experience that you can get in a TV show or a movie. However, I don't really think that is really something that is gonna make something better necessarily. I don't know. Maybe you do, but I don't think having gameplay in between cutscenes, I don't think that that's really that is inherently I don't think that that's inherently going to make the storytelling worse or better. So I do see that as the main difference that someone might say justifies a TV show more so than a game. But I don't know. To me, that's not really something that I really take into account as being really important necessarily. But that is the one thing that I can think of that someone might say in response to this. So I don't know. I just kind of threw it out there. But yeah, no. Tell me what you think below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you disagree when I say that I don't really care that this is happening? Like, do you think that a TV show can do damage to a game in some way, or I don't know, whatever justification you might have? Let me know in the comments below. And it's basically gonna be it for this video. Bye.